This chamber is a moment of historical significance and a powerful reaffirmation of the enduring friendship between Namibia and India. This is the first time in 27 years that the Prime Minister of India addresses our Parliament, a milestone that rekindles the memory of your predecessor's visit in 1998 and marks a new era of closer cooperation between our two nations. Your Excellency, honorable members, India's support to Namibia during our struggle for liberation is deeply etched in our national memory. India was amongst the first countries to extend formal diplomatic recognition to SWAPO and hosted our liberation leaders during the fight for our freedom. The bonds formed in those formative years of Namibia's nationhood laid the foundation for the vibrant, multi-dimensional partnership we enjoy today. Today, India and Namibia share common values of democracy, sovereignty, non-alignment, and South-South cooperation, and the belief that development must be people-centered and sustainable. These principles continue to guide our engagements across multiple sectors, including in trade, health, education, defense, energy, and digital transformation. Your Excellency, honorable members, at the heart of our democracies lies the institution of Parliament. This is the arena where voices of the people shape national progress and governance. As elected representatives, we carry a duty not only to our constituents, but also to foster solidarity with fellow legislatures around the world. In this regard, parliament-to-parliament cooperation between Namibia and India is of great importance as it enhances mutual learning and the exchange of best legislative practices from committee structures to citizen engagement, while promoting collaboration on global development priorities such as poverty eradication, gender equality, and climate action. It also builds capacity within parliamentary institutions through staff exchanges, digital transformation initiatives, and the sharing of legislative resources, and contributes to stronger people-to-people connections through youth exchanges, educational, and the promotion of cultural understanding. Furthermore, through active participation in global fora such as the Inter-Parliamentary Union and the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, our legislatures have a vital role to play in advancing common positions on issues such as United Nations Security Council reform, climate justice, and equitable global governance. Namibia continues to call for the democratization of international institutions to ensure that the voices of the Global South are meaningfully heard. Let us take this occasion to commit ourselves to institutionalizing interparliamentary dialogue between Namibia and India through formal cooperation frameworks, exchange visits, and technical partnerships that bring lasting value to both our people. Your Excellency, honorable members, as our two nations continue to deepen cooperation in critical areas, Namibia is proud to be a partner in India's development initiatives across Africa, and we welcome the support we have received in health, particularly in pharmaceutical supplies, education through scholarships, and capacity building programs through the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation, ITEC framework. Namibia is also closely following India's strides in renewable energy, digital infrastructure, and agricultural innovation, critical sectors where we believe there is vast potential for further cooperation. We look forward to transforming our engagements into tangible joint ventures that benefit our citizens and advance our development priorities under Vision 2030 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. As we navigate a world challenged by conflict, climate change, food insecurity, and rising inequality, we must stand together to advance the aspirations of developing nations, championing a rules-based international order that is inclusive, equitable, and responsive to the developmental needs of all nations. In this context, Namibia views India not only as a trusted friend, but also as a strategic partner and a moral force on the global stage. Your voice, Your Excellency, resonates with the hopes and dreams of many across the global south. Your Excellency, honorable members, this special session is more than a ceremonial moment. It is a statement of intent, a declaration that Namibia and India are committed to deepening our friendship, expanding our cooperation, and elevating our shared global voice. Prime Minister Modi, your visit today reignites the flame of solidarity between our nations and brings new energy to our partnership. We are deeply honored to receive you in this House of the People of Namibia. On behalf of all members of Parliament and the people of Namibia, I welcome you, Your Excellency, to our democratic institution and invite you to share your vision and reflections with us. Let us together build a partnership that not only honors our shared past, but boldly shapes a future of dignity, equality, and prosperity for all. I now have the honor to invite His Excellency Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to address this special session of Parliament.
Honorable Madam Speaker, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Speaker, esteemed members of Parliament, my dear brothers and sisters, Omba Uhala Ponawa. Good afternoon. It is a great privilege to address this august house, a temple of democracy. I thank you for giving me this honor. I stand before you as a representative of the mother of democracy. And I bring with me warm greetings from 1.4 billion people of India. Please allow me to begin with congratulating each and every one of you. People have given you the mandate to serve this great nation. In politics, as you know, that is both an honor and a great responsibility. I wish you success in fulfilling the aspirations of your people. Friends, A few months ago, you celebrated a historic moment. Namibia elected its first women president. We understand and share your pride and joy because in India, we also proudly say, Madam President. ये भारत का संविधान है जिसके कारण एक गरीब आदिवासी परिवार की बेटी आज दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र की राष्ट्रपति है। ये संविधान की ही ताकत है जिसके कारण मुझ जैसे गरीब परिवार में जन्मे व्यक्ति को लगातार तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बनने का अवसर मिला है। जिसके पास कुछ भी नहीं है, उसके पास संविधान की गारंटी है। It is the power of India's constitution that a daughter from a poor tribal family is today the President of India. It is this very constitution that gave someone like me the chance to become Prime Minister. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. When you have nothing, the Constitution gives you everything. Distinguished members, as I stand in this august house, I pay tribute to the first president and founding father of Namibia, President Sam Nujoma, who passed away earlier this year. He once said, and I quote, "Our achievements of independence imposes upon us a heavy responsibility not only to defend our hard-won liberty, but also to set ourselves higher standards of equality, justice, and opportunity for all. Without regard to race, creed, or color," I unquote. His vision of a just and free nation continue to inspire us all. We also honor the memories of the heroes of your freedom struggle, Hosea Kutako, Hendrik Witbooi, Bandubai Yanade Mufayo, and many others. The people of India stood proudly with Namibia during your liberation struggle. Even before our own independence, India raised the issue of Southwest Africa at the United Nations. We supported SWAPO in your quest for freedom. In fact, New Delhi hosted their first ever diplomatic office abroad. And it was an Indian, Lieutenant General Diwan Premchand, who led the UN peacekeeping force in Namibia. India is proud to have stood with you, not just in words, but in action. As the well-known Namibian poet Mulvayan Nongola wrote, and I quote, "When freedom comes home to our country, we will proudly erect the finest monument in memory." Unquote. Today, this very parliament and this free and proud Namibia are living monuments. Distinguished members, India and Namibia have much in common. We both fought colonial rule. We both value dignity and freedom. Our Constitution guides us to uphold equality, liberty, and justice. We are part of the global South, and our people share the same hopes and dreams. Today, I'm deeply honored to receive Namibia's highest civilian award as a symbol of the friendship between our peoples. Like the tough and elegant plants of Namibia, our friendship has stood the test of time. It quietly thrives in even the most dry of seasons. And just like your national Welwitschia mirabilis, it only grows stronger with age and time. On behalf of 1.4 billion people of India, I once again thank the President, the government, and the people of Namibia for this honor. Friends, India attaches great importance to its historic relation with Namibia. We not only value our ties from the past, but we are also focused on realizing the potential of our shared future. We see great value in working together on Namibia's Vision 2030 and the Harambee Prosperity Plan. And at the heart of our partnership are our people. Our over 1,700 Namibians have benefited from scholarships and capacity building programs in India. We are excited to support the next generation of Namibian scientists, doctors, and leaders. The Center of Excellence in IT, the India wing at the JADS campus of the University of Namibia, and training in defense and security. Each one of them reflects our shared belief that capacity is the best currency. Speaking of currency, we are thrilled that Namibia is the first country to adopt India's UPI, Unified Payment Interface technology. Soon, people will be able to send money faster than one can say Tangi Unene. Soon, a Himba, grandmother in Kunene, or a shopkeeper in Katutura will be able to go digital with just a tap faster than a springbok. Our bilateral trade has crossed $800 million. But like on the cricket field, we are just warming up. We will score faster and score more. We are honored to support Namibia's youth through the new Entrepreneurship Development Center. It will be a place where business dreams can get mentorship, funding, and friends too. Health is another pillar of our shared priority. India's health insurance scheme, Ayushman Bharat, covers nearly 500 million people. But India's concern for health is not limited to Indians alone. India's mission, One Earth, One Health, views health as a shared global responsibility. During the pandemic, we stood with Africa, providing vaccines and medicines, even when many others refused to share. Our Arogya Maitri initiative supports Africa with hospitals, equipment, medicines, and training. India is ready to supply Namibia with a Bhabha drone, radiotherapy, machine for advanced cancer care. This machine, developed in India, had been deployed in 15 countries and has helped nearly 500,000 patients in different countries with critical cancer care. We also invite Namibia to join the Jan Aushadhi program for access to affordable and quality medicines. Under this program, cost of medicines in India has been brought down by 50 to 80%. It is helping more than 1 million Indians daily. And so far, it has helped patients save nearly $4.5 billion in healthcare costs. Friends, India and Namibia have a powerful story of cooperation, conservation, and compassion. When you help us in reintroducing cheetahs in our country, we are deeply grateful for your gift. I had the privilege of releasing them into the Kuno National Park. They have sent a message for you. Inima Aishe Oili Nawa. Everything is fine. They are happy and have adapted well in their new home. They have grown in numbers as well. Clearly, they are enjoying their time in India. Friends, we are working together through initiatives like the International Solar Alliance and Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Today, Namibia has joined the Global Biofuel Alliance and the International Big Cat Alliance. As we look to the future, let us be guided by Namibia's national bird, the African fish eagle, known for its sharp vision and majestic flight. It teaches us to soar together, scan the horizon, and boldly reach out for opportunities. Friends, in 2018, I had laid out 10 principles of our engagements with Africa. Today, I reaffirm India's full commitment to them. They are based on respect, equality, and mutual benefit. We seek not to compete, but to cooperate. Our goal is to build together, not to take, but to grow together. Our development partnership in Africa is worth over $12 billion. But its real value is in shared growth and shared purpose. We continue to build local skills, create local jobs, and support local innovation. We believe that Africa must not be just a source of raw materials. Africa must lead in value creation and sustainable growth. That is why we fully support Africa's Agenda 2063 for industrialization. We are ready to expand our cooperation in defense and security. India values Africa's role in world affairs. We championed Africa's voice during our G20 presidency, and we proudly welcome the African Union as a permanent member of the G20. Friends, भारत आज अपने विकास के साथ ही दुनिया के सपनों को भी दिशा दे रहा है और इसमें भी हमारा जोर ग्लोबल साउथ पर है. In the 20th century, India's independence lit a spark, one that inspired freedom movements across the world, including here in Africa. In the 21st century, India's development lights a path showing that the global south can rise, lead, and shape its own future. The message is, you can succeed on your own terms without losing your identity. यह भारत का संदेश है कि आप अपने रास्ते पर चलकर अपनी संस्कृति और गरिमा के साथ सफलता पा सकते हैं. For this message to echo louder, we must act together. Let us create a future defined not by power, but by partnership. Not by dominance, but by dialogue. Not by exclusion, but by equity. This will be the spirit of our shared vision. From freedom to future, स्वतंत्रता से समृद्धि, संकल्प से सिद्धि. From the spark of independence to the light of shared progress, let us walk this path together. As two nations forged in the fires of freedom, let us now dream and build a future of dignity, equality, and opportunity. Not just for our people, but for all of humanity. Let us move forward as partners for peace, progress, and prosperity. Let our children not only inherit the freedom we fought for, but the future we will build together. As I stand here today, I am full of hope. The best days of India-Namibia relations are ahead of us. Friends, I conclude by wishing Namibia great success in co-hosting the 2027 Cricket World Cup. And if your Eagles need any cricket tips, you know whom to call. Thank you once again for this honor, Tanguy Unene. Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
बेहद ऐतिहासिक संबोधन प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का, तालियों की गूंज के बीच, और जिस तरह से उन्होंने कहा कि फ्रीडम टू फ्यूचर, स्वतंत्रता से समृद्धि तक का ये सफर अब नामीबिया और भारत एक साथ तय करें और हम कंपीट नहीं, कोऑपरेशन की भावना और विजन के साथ आगे बढ़ते हैं और दोनों देशों के बीच सहयोग और समर्थन की जो साझेदारी है वो अभूतपूर्व है।
बिल्कुल, और बहुत सारी अहम बातें प्रधानमंत्री ने कही। वो क्या कुछ बड़ी बातें रही आपकी टीवी स्क्रीन पर।
तो भारत
आज अपने विकास के साथ ही दुनिया के सपनों को भी दिशा दे रहा है, प्रधानमंत्री ने ये साफ तौर पर कहा।